Hi everyone, thank you for joining me today. I'm going to show you how to make this lovely rocker card using Let's Make Waves by Stamper's Delight. We'll start by bringing in a circle into Design Space. We'll make this circle 5.5 inches. We'll set it to white as that's what is going to be in our card. Now we'll insert a line and rotate it 90 degrees. This will also be set to 5.5 inches wide. Select both images and center a line. Now we're going to duplicate this circle and set it aside. Select the circle with the line and attach. Now for this portion, I'm going to go ahead and start adding in some blue hues to my circles. I'm going to create 3 circles in varying shades of this particular aqua blue that I selected. Bring in my 3 images that I used for this card: the seaweed, seahorse, the mermaid, and the sentiment. I ended up resizing my images to the seaweed 2 inches tall, the seahorse 2.5 inches tall, the mermaid 4 inches tall, and the sentiment 0.774 inches tall. Let's search out our other images. I want to find a seashell and a beach. First, I found a beautiful 2-layer shell that was perfect for this. I found a beach image that had waves and was perfect for this project. So I selected that image and imported it. Now that I have all my images on my canvas, I want to arrange this so I can see what I'm working with. Here I'm just selecting the beach image and removing the sandbar that's there in the back since we're not going to use it. Make sure to regroup these so that way they stay together whenever you move them or you resize. Now I'm going to select the circles only and align them centrally. I'm now adjusting the waves over the circles so that way I can get a better cut. I'll go ahead and extend them a little bit so that they cover the bottom portion. Now that I have everything where I want it, it's time to slice and dice. I'm going to go ahead and select the darkest of the blue and slice it from the dark blue circle. Again, I will repeat this with the mid-tone and the light blue. Don't forget to regroup your items. Here I'm going to center align and then bottom align my items, so that way I know exactly where they fit. Now it's not absolutely necessary that I group everything the way that I want it, but this just gives me a better idea of what I'm doing. Time to get the shell the color that I want, which is kind of a beige color. And then I'm going to resize it just to make it bigger to be able to support the background. The second shell you see here is going to be used for the sentiment. Now, don't be like me and accidentally delete it. So as you can see, I brought it back in. Now I'm going to change the color on this to that darker taupe or that darker beige, and that's where my sentiment is going to be. Once I bring the sentiment to the front, I'm going to go ahead and resize the sentiment as well as the shell. Now that I've resized my shell and my sentiment, I'm going to center align them. And then I will create this to draw. Now I'm actually going to go ahead and use my quill. Once you've got them set, attach. This is the key to making sure that you can draw your foil on this shape. So next, all I'm going to do is go ahead and drop in my images exactly where I want them or how I feel they're going to be layered. And we're ready to start cutting. Now I have everything ready to start building. I'll begin first by folding my circle in half along the score line, and then I'm going to burnish it. Now I'm going to test it. It rocks perfectly. I'm going to start with the seashell and layer that up. As you can see, it has the outline, which I'm going to use liquid glue to adhere to the base of the seashell. This will be my first layer. It's centered in the middle of the card along the fold. I'm just going to go ahead and open up the card to make sure that it doesn't go over the 5.5 inch circle. I'm going to arrange the wave so that way I can align where I'm going to set the seaweed first, since that's going to be what's attached to the base of the card. Once I have my idea, I'll adhere it with liquid glue and then set them down. Next, I'm going to start with the larger of the 3 waves. I'm going to use double-sided foam for this in order to give it a bit of dimension, since I really want all those images to kind of come forward, kind of in a shadow box style. Now I'm going to use the second of my 2 waves to align my mermaid. Then I will glue her directly to the wave utilizing liquid glue. From there, I will use 3D foam in order to create that shadow box effect. Oh, and don't forget to trim off some of these edges. Now down to the final wave. I'm going to go ahead and align that with my seahorse. And again, I will glue down my seahorse where I need it, and then I will utilize 3D foam in order to give it that shadow box effect. Now we're down to the sentiment. I used the We Are Memory Keepers quill in order to create this foiled sentiment, which actually turned out pretty nice. For this though, I'm just going to go ahead and add some liquid glue as well as 3D foam in order to keep that dimension and attach it to that 3rd wave there. And here you have your card all completed. Now this does fit into a 5.5 by 5.5 envelope perfectly. And let's give it a test. It works perfectly. For more videos and tutorials like these, don't forget to subscribe. Visit the blog for more information at www.heartcraftpaper.com. Thanks for watching Heartcraft Paper.